A small boy sits in his room, glancing in fear at the ceiling. It creaks with each heavy footstep above. He plays with the raggedy toys his mom made, trying not to think of his dad, who left earlier to get soap and other essentials. They haven't washed themselves in weeks because every time they take from the giants, they risk their lives. The boy takes a deep breath, reassuring himself that his dad will be okay. In all his years spelunking in the giant's home, he's rarely made any mistakes. This time won't be different. A sudden sound makes the boy jump, until he realizes it's just his mother opening the door. "There you are, Hudson. I need your help in the kitchen." "Yes, Mom," the boy says meekly. He follows his mother down the narrow wooden hallway. The walls are covered with drawings, mostly by him. There isn't much else to do here when bored, and his parents seem to like it when he makes them. Passing the hall of artwork, they emerge into a cave-like room. Here they have all the essentials: plates made of broken ceramic, giant jars of preserved food, and a wood-fire stove with a thick pipe leading to the surface. They make sure to cook only at night, when the ones who live above are asleep. "Help me clean up from last night," Hudson's mother says. She leans over a bucket of water next to the stove and begins scrubbing dishes. The boy joins her, grabbing a sponge-like brush and scraping leftover slivers of meat and vegetables from the plates and wooden pieces of silverware. The dim torchlight casts a shadow over his mother's wrinkled face and tufts of gray hair. She has distinct bags under her eyes from countless sleepless nights, making her appear much older than she is. Her skin has only grown paler over the years, as even going outside comes with great risk. "I really hope your father gets back soon," she whispers as if someone could overhear. "One of the walls in our bedroom is breaking apart, and I swear I can hear something moving on the other side. We must have wood bugs. Those disgusting creatures are impossible to get rid of." "I can take a look," Hudson says, eager to do anything but wait in fear as he has been for days. "No," his mother responds instantly. "You are not allowed outside. You know the rules." "I understand," the boy says, but as he looks down at the rickety fork he's cleaning, he bites his lower lip. Then the door on the other side of the kitchen opens and closes just as quickly. Both mother and son shoot out of their seats. "Darling, you're home!" A large man with a full head of gray hair smiles at them. He wears a massive backpack filled to the brim with supplies.
"Yes, Aaron, I made it back in one piece."
Hudson's mom hugs her husband and frantically tells him about the problem in their bedroom. He nods, seeming completely unsurprised. Then he turns toward his son.
"How's my big man? Staying strong while I'm gone?"
"Of course, Dad," Hudson says eagerly. "How did your adventure go? What did you see?"
"I'll tell you all about it over a nice cool meal, but there's something I need to discuss with your mother first. Would you mind going to your room for a bit?"
"Oh, why now? You just got back," Hudson says, pouting.
"I know, but we won't be long, I swear. After we're done, I'll prepare some lunch for us. How does that sound?"
The boy crosses his arms. "Fine, but if it takes too long, I'm coming out." Hudson stomps down the hall, but stops halfway to his room. He looks back, checking to see if either of his parents are following him. Neither of them did. He smirks. The boy had no intention of waiting passively in his room. He creeps back toward the kitchen, hiding in the shadow of the hallway. From this vantage point, he can faintly hear his parents' conversation.
"There's a new capaeman in the house," his father says.
"What?" the mother asks breathlessly. "Are we still safe?"
"I'm not sure. It's a girl. A young one. It seems the parents have adopted it. But
what?"
"The girl is erratic, unpredictable. It was up at odd hours of the night, walking around the house half asleep, and it's sensitive to sound. My leg made a small creaking noise in the floorboards, and the young capaeman immediately moved to investigate. I was almost seen."
"Oh no," the mother says, panicked now. "I told you going out with that leg was dangerous. Do we need to move to another house again?"
"You know I have no choice. You can't carry all the stuff we need, and someone needs to look after Hudson while I'm gone. As for moving to another home, I'm not sure yet. Perhaps the young one is just adjusting to a new environment. Hopefully it'll calm down in the next few days."
"I'll pack a go bag just in case."
"That's why I love you, Aaron. Always prepared. Anyway, that's all I wanted to talk about. I'm going to get Hudson. Let's all sit down for a family meal.
Heavy footsteps echo down the hall, and Hudson rushes to his room. He lies on his bed and pretends he's sleeping. His father appears in the doorway.
Son, you can come out now. I'll tell you all about my adventure.
Sounds great, Hudson says too enthusiastically. He follows his dad into the kitchen. Hudson's dad recounts the story of his adventure through the giant's lair, but without sharing the details he had just discussed with his wife. It's not fair. Hudson is almost 10 years old. He can understand the scary details. He wishes they'd stop treating him like a kid. To make things worse, after his dad finishes his meal, he gets up to leave again. Bernard, where do you think you're going? His wife asks.
I got everything but water, he says urgently. I should go find some.
But you just got home, she pleads. At least wait until night falls before you leave.
The girl is asleep right now. I don't know if that will be true when night falls. I should go now. We could use a bath, and our drinking water is almost gone.
His wife grabs his arm. It's not that big a deal. We have food. We can last one night.
I'd rather get it done now. The capaeman's kitchen isn't far from here. I'll only be an hour or so.
She tries to get him to change his mind, but the man won't budge. Hudson notes that his dad gets this way. Once he's set his mind on something, it's hard to change it. The boy doesn't understand why his mom is so worried, though. His dad has been venturing into the capaeman's house a few times a week for years. In all that time, he's never been caught. There's no reason to assume this time will be different. Still, as the man is halfway out the door, Hudson's mother gives him these parting words. Remember, don't get caught, or we're all dead. He nods.
You don't need to tell me twice.
To pass the time until his father returns from his errand, Hudson and his mother do odd chores around the house, sweeping the floors, wiping down the tables, and checking to see if any of the food they've been hoarding has gone bad. A significant amount of time passes, and there's no sign of Hudson's dad. He tries to distract his mother, making her recall tales from when they used to travel in the wilds, but as night falls, she grows more anxious. They lay in her bed together, wincing as giant footsteps echo from the floorboards above. That must be the capaeman girl, she says shakily. He was right. It does sound erratic. Where do you think Dad's gone? Hudson asks. He tries not to sound worried, knowing that would only make his mom worse. She pauses, as if afraid to answer. I don't know. If he were getting soap or tissue paper, I wouldn't be worried. The giant's bathroom is far from here, but he said he was only going to the kitchen. He should be back by now. The footsteps quicken, as if the creature above is pacing back and forth. His mother sits up, throwing the bedsheets off her. That's it. I'm going to look for him. Really? Hudson asks. Then I'm coming with you. No! You stay here, she says, frantically throwing on a jacket and a pair of shoes. If I don't come back, grab whatever you can and make your way to the house next door. It will be a bit of a trek, but you can lie low there for a while. Last I heard, the capaeman there left for a vacation. I'm not letting you go alone, Mom! He shouts. She rushes over to her son and places a finger over his lips. Shh! They'll hear you. I'm going, he says in a low voice. You can't make me stay. Realizing that's true, the woman sighs. Oh, fine. But we're only going to the kitchen. No further. I won't put you in unnecessary danger. After getting ready, the two make their way out the door and up a rickety set of wooden steps. Hudson has seen these steps before. Years ago, his father nailed them to the wall to make it easier for them to get to the kitchen. It's one of the few projects he let his son help out with. The steps lead into the inside of a gargantuan glass cabinet. It's filled with dishes so large that the entire family could lie in them comfortably. Hudson has only seen glances of this place through the hole his dad always crawled out of to get here, but seeing it up close now is terrifying. Just how big are these capaeman creatures anyway? He's never seen one in person. Speaking of the giants, he hasn't heard a single footstep since they emerged into the kitchen. There's an eerie silence that chills Hudson to the bone. He can't place what, but something feels off. Then, He sees the second cabinet door ahead. It's wide open, and some of the glassware is broken. His mother sees it too and freezes. "Go back," she whispers.
"Huh?" Hudson asks. "We need to go back."
"Got it," he says. No need to question that. Something is definitely wrong. But before they can get far, something massive shakes the cabinet. Hudson's mother screams, and Hudson swivels around to see a giant hand wrapped around her body. The next moment, she's gone. As he sprints away from the giant, toward the opening in the wall, ducking behind a pile of dishes for cover, he catches a glance of her through the glass. A giant girl holds her in two balled-up fists, both half the size of her entire body. She struggles and screams, but it's no use. The capaeman might look the same age as Hudson, but she's so massive it's like a bug trying to fight a beast. "You're a woman!" the girl shrieks. Her voice seems too low for her age, distorted due to her massive size. "Can we play?" "Put me down! Put me down!" Hudson's mother wheezes. The capaeman's grip is suffocating her. Hudson stops right at the entrance to his home, realizing what's about to happen. If he doesn't do something, she'll die. Then he'll be left alone in this awful world. He can't let that happen. His heart pounding through his chest, he turns around and walks toward the glass, making himself visible to the monster of a girl. "You want to play? I'd love to play with you!" He tries to sound excited. The capaeman's reptilian eyes widen, and she drops his mother onto a nearby counter. The woman lands on her knees and gasps for breath. "Your little boy!" she shrieks with delight, revealing a set of sharpened teeth. "I'll add you both to my collection." As she comes closer, Hudson can make out more of her terrifying features. She has brown scales instead of skin, short, coarse black hair, and blood-red eyes. There is only one light in the kitchen, making those inhuman eyes look as if they're glowing. Hudson backs away and leaps into the stairway they came from. However, he does not head back home. No, he cannot leave the monster there. Instead, he goes a different way, a straight path through the walls that his father has used to get from room to room for years. "Hey, no fair!" the giant's voice echoes. "You said you'd play with me. Why are you running away?" "It's hide and seek, and you have to find me!" Hudson finds himself yelling. He needs her to follow him. That way his mom will have time to escape. As soon as he says that, the girl's fist punches through the wall behind him. The impact catches Hudson off balance, and he falls to the wooden floor. The fist leaves a massive hole behind, making going home impossible now. "Get up," Hudson thinks, but his body won't move. There's no escape now. "I can hear your breathing," the capaeman says. She's so close, her voice rumbles in the walls. Hudson clasps his hands over his mouth, trying to slow his panicked breaths. He notices a hole in the wall next to him. He looks out into the kitchen, seeing a shadow shifting. "Move, Hudson," he thinks, but his body won't stop shaking. A red eye appears in the hole, staring straight at him. "I found you." Before the boy can react, the giant girl's hand enters the corridor through the broken wall and grabs him. Within seconds, he's staring her in the face. It feels as if death itself has its icy grip around him. The girl grits her razor-sharp teeth. "That was too easy. I want to play another game." As the giant's grip tightens, Hudson tries to steady his breathing. "How about I'm it this time, and I have to find you?" Those reptilian eyes narrow. "Nice try. You'll just escape." "No, I promise I won't try to do that. You leave me here, I'll count to 60, and I'll come find you, okay?" The capaeman does not seem to be listening. She places her other hand on her chin. Then an idea comes. "Oh, I know. I'll introduce you two to my dollies. Then we'll have a tea party." "Dollies?" Hudson asks, wondering what horrifying fate that entails. "You don't have to—" "Shut up! We're going to my room now." The giant walks across the kitchen, and even though she's only holding Hudson with one hand now, he can't wiggle out of her grip. It's like iron. To make things worse, he spots his mother climbing down a rope dangling from the table. It seems she's been trying to escape. When she realizes the capaeman girl is heading toward her, she freezes. There you are, lady, she says gleefully. Effortlessly, the girl plucks Hudson's mother off the rope and clutches her in her other hand. The giant walks down the gargantuan hallways connected to the kitchen. Her footsteps boom the entire way. This capaeman's idea of a party is twisted. They all sit on her bed in a circle, the girl, her dolls in plastic chairs, Hudson, and his mother. To make things worse, Hudson's dad is in the center of the circle, trapped in a giant glass jar. She must have caught him earlier. When the man saw his family brought in by the girl, he was pounding on the glass and shouting. Now he's collapsed at the jar's base, defeated. Meanwhile, Hudson's mother has grown unresponsive. She sits in her pink plastic chair, looking up at the stars above. Her eyes are as blank as the doll's. The only solace Hudson can find in this horror show is the glass roof. He was told capaeman have glass houses, but seeing it is another thing. He hasn't seen the stars in a long time. The capaeman sips from a fake teacup. This is boring. Jezebel wishes to know you, lady. Talk to her. Mom, Hudson says, shaking her. Mom, we should play along, he whispers. She does not respond. The girl begins to growl. The sound is more like a beast than a person. My mom is not feeling well, Hudson shouts. I'll talk to your friend instead. He glances at the doll he thinks is Jezebel, a white-haired toy with what appears to be white scales drawn on her body and pale green eyes. She's wearing a green dress to match. Hi, Jezebel. I'm Hudson, a friend of... He looks at the capaeman girl. Zayla, she answers. Right, Zayla. You have beautiful hair, Jezebel. How do you keep it so shiny? The capaeman narrows her eyes and pretends to take a long, exasperated sip of tea. Not convincing. Hudson stiffens. Huh? What do you mean? Jezebel likes confident men. Be more confident. I understand. He lowers his voice a few octaves. Say, Jezebel, want to go out sometime? He moves to grab the doll's hand, but the capaeman's hand gets in the way. No touching, she shouts. I'm sorry. At this rate, I'll need to call the hunters. The boy's eyes widen. He's heard that word before. His parents told him that if it was ever mentioned in this house, they'd pack up and leave immediately. Why would you do that? Zayla takes a deep, irritated breath. My parents told me that if I see any humans, I should call the hunters. I'm doing you a courtesy letting you play with me. And we are very grateful, Hudson says. None of you seem grateful, the girl growls. He can't even look at his parents. They're in the same position as 5 minutes ago. They're just not feeling well. Tell me what you want me to do, and I'll do it. The capaeman's gaze softens, and all of a sudden her tune changes. Instead of making the boy wing it, she tells him what to do, what to say to each doll, when to pretend to laugh, cry, and everything in between. Hours pass, but they feel like days. After a while, Hudson no longer feels human. He's no different from these lifeless effigies of people, toys subject to the whims of a fickle child. However, as the night goes on, the girl begins to yawn. Her yawning grows more frequent the more time passes. In them, Hudson sees a glimmer of hope. As he pretends to paint the nails of one of her dolls with an invisible brush, he looks up at Zayla. Feeling tired? Yeah, she answers mid-yawn. I'm not even supposed to be awake at night. Mother and father say I have a condition. They try to help me with medicine, but it doesn't work. Oh, really? Why is that? The doctors don't know. She blinks, and her head nods forward. Her eyes shoot open, fighting against the tiredness. Why don't you put your head on a pillow? That will make you feel better. Nice try. You want me to fall asleep. I'm your friend. Can't you see that? We've been playing all night. He yawns too. Honestly, I could also use a nap. I'll join you. Surprisingly, the girl nods. She curls up in her bed, her massive body knocking half of her dolls out of their chairs. I'll only sleep if you do.
I'm sleeping, see?
He curls up on the sheet and closes his eyes. That's good, Zayla mumbles, and she's out like a light. Hudson's eyes shoot open, and he stands. Finally, his parents appear to have some life back. They stare at him. Reluctantly, he pokes the capaeman girl's scaly leg. She does not stir. "We have to run. Now," he whispers. Out the window, they can see the sun rising. It won't be long before this girl's parents wake up. His mother shoots out of her seat and rushes to the center of the bed where her husband's jar lies. "Leave me!" his muffled voice says through the glass. "No, we're lost without you," she says. The mother rummages through her backpack and pulls a knife made from a pair of scissors they found in the capaeman's bathroom years ago. She pounds its blunt edge against the glass. "Stop!" he shouts. "That will wake it up!" It's too late, though. The glass is already cracking. It shatters, and some pieces get into Hudson's mother's arm. A few others wedge in his father's leg. He groans in pain, and Hudson looks panically at Zayla, the capaeman. Still, she does not stir. Helping her husband walk, the mother leads her family to the edge of the bed and pulls a rope out of her husband's backpack. She ties it to the bedpost. "Bernard, can you still climb?" He nods. "Stubborn as always, Erin. You could have gotten us all killed." "But I didn't," she says. "Now, let's go." The family shimmies down the rope, with Hudson's father going first, the son going second, and the mom going last. Then, halfway down the rope, they hear the footsteps. They're coming toward this room. "Hurry!" the mother urges. They slide to the bottom. Hudson winces from the pain, his hands burned by the rope. That footfall sounds like it's right outside the giant door. "Good morning, dear. Did you manage to get some sleep?" the voice of a fully grown female capaeman says. No answer. "Quickly," Hudson's father says. "I know an exit near here." He limps to a chest in the corner of the room. His wife offers a shoulder, helping him move faster. "Honey, if you don't answer, I'm going to have to come in." Still no response. The capaeman girl sleeps like the dead. So, the giant door opens. The woman walks into the room, each step crashing on the hardwood floor like thunder. The family tries their best to move faster, but it's difficult with Hudson's dad's leg. It's been bad since he injured it years ago, but the shards of glass embedded in his skin are making it 10 times worse. They're so close, though. Hudson can see a hole in the wall, right under a chest filled to the brim with giant clothes. If they could just get there. "By the stars!" the capaeman shrieks. "Help! Darling, help!" Oh no. A second set of footsteps rushes down the hall. "What's going on?" a male voice asks. "Humans! There are humans! Call the hunters!" Hudson doesn't dare look back. By the sounds of it, they're right over them. They could close in on them any second. But his family is so close. They have to make it. "Leave me," his dad mumbles. "Leave me right now." "Never!" the mother shouts. "They're getting away! Do something, darling!" the female capaeman shouts. The male capaeman closes in on them. They only have seconds until they're caught. And just in time, the family leaps through the hole and into the wall. "By the wind," the male capaeman growls. "Missed them by a hair." "No! I don't want them in our walls! Call the hunters! We have to call them right now!" "I'm getting to that," the man grumbles. "Come on, they won't get far." Out of breath, but still not out of the woods, the family makes their way through the walls. "We can't stop at home," Hudson's mother says. "It's too dangerous. We have to leave now, with only the supplies we have and the clothes on our backs." "But what about my toys? All my stuff in my bedroom?" Hudson asks with tears in his eyes. "The drawings I made?" "I'm sorry, son," his father says. "You were very brave, even braver than us. Thanks to you, we escaped with our lives. After the hunters are called, we won't have long to escape. We have to go now. We'll find a new home, and I'll go on expeditions to get us new stuff." Tears stream down the boy's face. "It's not fair," he mumbles.
Why do they get to have everything, and all we get are the scraps they leave behind? They're monsters. They hate us for no reason. So why do we get punished?
It's the way of the world, his mother says. We can't change it. All we can do is find a way to live with it. Hudson grits his teeth. He hates that answer.
Look at it this way, son. We're alive. We're together. That's enough. No matter where we go, we'll always be home, because home is where your family is. Home is what we make of it.
As they approach an exit to the outside world, a light shines down on them. Real light. For the first time in years, Hudson will get to go outside. Despite his devastation, he is looking forward to seeing the sun again. Maybe it isn't so bad that this happened. His family is alive, and Hudson will finally get to see what life is like outside. He knows it's dangerous, but at least it's living. The life he had before wasn't.
Hello everyone, it's Renee Rule with Reulerverse. Thank you for listening to this whole episode in its entirety. I'm so glad you liked it. The story takes place in the same universe as my favorite project, the Copious Chronicles. If you want more thrilling tales of giants like this, the first book, Life Amongst the Giants, is out now. I swear, if you like the story you just heard, you'll love this book. With that, I hope I've entertained you, and I'll see you in the next one.